Hey guys, welcome to my tutorial. But yeah, hi guys. Today I kind of want to talk about some tips I have for plat players. I've noticed that there are a lot of people on Reddit who keep asking like for tip for how do I get to diamond, how do I get the diamond awards, how to get the plat awards, rewards. And generally, what I've seen from some of my friends who I often play with in Rocket League, there are some things I see that prevent them from just climbing that, like getting over that gap. So yeah, let's get right into it. Number 1, you gotta have speed, but not too much. So what I mean by that is that you should always maybe try to improve the speed of your play, but not to the extent where you can't control it or strategize while doing it. You gotta move fast enough to be able to make decisions, and that's something you just need to practice by generally playing a lot. And just I recommend, like really recommend threes or ones for that, because in ones you're forced to make decisions a lot that you're also punished for, and that works as a sort of a punishment reward system where you feel that if you correct that mistake, then you can like really see that you correct that mistake that you've been trying to improve, and that's how you sort of build your decision making skills. And so I would generally try to play a lot of ones for the decision making. And the speed part is if you've been in threes match before, you can see that it goes really fast, and you have to make like some rotational decisions as well, and some positional decisions that I think are really important. So play a lot of threes definitely, and try to focus on improving that. Number 2, focus on one thing at a time. So what I mean by this is, like I said in my half flip, like the half flip example in my past video, like 2 videos ago, I think that you should always try to improve one thing at a time and sort of like practice, be like consciously aware of that thing you're trying to do. For example, what I did when I was struggling with fast aerials a while ago, I always tried to like do a lot of fast aerials, regardless if the situation called for it or not. I just always tried to go for fast aerials, and in the end, I just sort of like it just became a part of my muscle memory, and then it just worked in the end. So now I can just do fast aerials without like even thinking about it, because I've done it all so much that it just works. But I think that you should focus on doing that one thing at a time, the same way you would at a piano, where you would practice your right hand, for example, the melody, and then you'd practice your left hand, and then you'd combine those together, and it just worked because you've practiced both a lot. So that's just sort of what I meant by that. Number 3, learn how to recover properly. All right, so this is a tip that I think probably can be a bit more relevant towards Diamond Champion and above that, but I mean it's always relevant. But like what I mean by that is recovering from flying aerials or being pushed is important to sort of maintain a pace that also helps your speed, so it's a part of that as well. But generally what you want to do is try to prepare yourself to aero, to like get your car properly aligned with where you're going. Turn your car around, try to always land on your wheels and not on your back, because that takes a lot of when you're getting to Diamond and Champion, like up there, things will go a lot faster, and if people will take advantage of your mistakes like immediately. Like you just have to like learn how to do that. So I suggest learning that early. I will provide some links in the description where you can see some. I think Kronovi made a video about this with wave dashing and stuff that I think is really very useful. But yeah, definitely learn how to recover properly. early on. Number 4, challenge more aerials. Now this might be the most important tip in my opinion. That's something I really struggled with when I was Rising Star back in season 2, I think. Yeah, definitely just challenge yourself to go for more aerials. If you see a ball coming, and I see people doing this in Diamond Champion as well. If you see a ball just coming towards you, they just wait for the perfect opportunity for them to hit it, but then the opponent just has already gone up, so they just get the ball right into the goal. So generally just try to go for more aerials. Try to tell yourself, okay, the ball is coming towards me, let's just go for this now. And in over time, you'll just generally like feel the right moment, and it'll just happen just by muscle memory. You'll just see it and you'll just go. So generally just do that try not to don't be an idiot and just like go for every fucking aerial. That's not what I mean. But like generally try to go for more aerials. I think that was a really shitty point, to be honest. I did not phrase that well. But yeah. Number 5, plan ahead. Alright, so this point is about calming down and trying to assert what your opponents are doing, what's their plan, and where would it be natural for them to take the ball in an offensive situation. So when if you see, for example, your opponent's coming from the other side, and they have in a 2v2, and there's one guy in the midfield and is going towards you with the ball, and you're in the goal. Try to see where he would take that ball, and look at the other guy as well. Where is he going? Is that opponent trying to pass to his teammate and then go for the goal, or is he trying to just dribble the ball towards you and just score? It's really important to make up some plan in your head about what would happen and how you would respond to the different scenarios, basically. So calm down. Just take a second. You actually have more time than you think in Rocket League. To make a decision based on what the visual information you're getting, and look at also where your teammate is. How would he be in opposed to the opponent? Like, would he be able to save the pass, for example? Would he be able to make the clear? Generally, just be aware of where your opponents are and try to put yourself in their wheels, their shoes, and make a decision. Number 6, stop passing the ball to the opponents. Now, this is a problem everybody has, I think, even up to the Grand Champion levels. Especially in 1v1s, you'll see this a lot, that where the person will be you'll be dribbling the ball, and then you panic because you see the opponent coming towards you, and you just pass the ball, and then they just shoot it back towards you. Now, this is about possession. So generally, I think you want to, if you suddenly don't have boosts and you have possession of the ball, and your opponent is coming towards you to challenge you in a 50-50 situation, what I think you should do is basically, if you can, just slide around the ball and push it towards the wall and just get it up and try to pass it to your teammate, because you can do that without boost. There are a lot of things you can do without boost. Yeah, that I think would be a general rule of thumb that would be really useful for you. Try to use the wall as much as you can if you don't have boosts. Get something going instead of just making it a pass to the opponent and back towards your goal. And I think you'll actually see a lot of improvement if you just by doing this in general, like especially in once, but also in all of the playlists. Number 7, power slide properly. All right, so for the last tip, number 7, power sliding. So basically, what I think a lot of people do is that they power slide wrong. Let me just demonstrate this for you. And I actually, just before I talk about this, I was inspired by a FAQ that Tiny Timothy 22 made on Reddit, And I think the power slide thing was from Honorary Hellfire. But anyways, credits to those guys, and I'm actually gonna put that in the description where you can check the full thread out, which you should actually read if you're wanting to get better in Rocket League. So yeah, definitely inspired by that. But I think it's really important to talk about for plat players and all gold players, because I know that a lot of them do this wrong. Okay, so here's a demonstration of what I mean by how people are doing power sliding wrong. So basically, this is how people would usually power slide if they're going around this. Like, I see this a lot. They overcommit on the power sliding and don't know how to make that fast turn to the other side. So I'm actually going to demonstrate the difference here. This is how I would usually power slide in Rocket League. I'm making fast turns, and I'm not overcommitting, so I'm not losing that much speed. The same goes for turns like this, for example. This is how a typical, I mean, silver player would probably power slide. I don't know if they power slide down there, but yeah, if they're going around, this is how they do it. They go here and they just overcommit and just turn around like this. So how pro player would do this is that they'd just speed it up like that. Like, it's much faster, as you can see. So definitely work on timing the power slides and holding the button the correct amount of time. Use boost. You can use boost as well. Like, usually you probably wouldn't have boosts, so you can't make quick decisions about, for example, if the ball was coming down here, let's say, and I saw that and I was here and I wanted to shoot towards their goal. Power slide could be really important for that decision, to actually work my way, making a quick decision. Now imagine if I was doing this instead. It just takes way more time. I'm not sure if I'm showing you this correctly. But yeah, I generally see that a lot. So yeah, just play around with how long you're holding the square button, or in some cases the X button for Xbox control players. Definitely check out that thread. It has probably more information than I can give you on this subject. To me, it just feels naturally. You just sort of learn how to do this quick like this and not do this. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this short tip video. Generally gonna try and upload more, I promise. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this YouTube channel so far, actually. So see you guys later, and yeah, we'll talk.